I ask for eyes that see, ears that hear, and a heart full of understanding. I thank you for the messages that come through and ask that you deliver them to those that need them. Thank you. Alrighty, guys, we are doing angel number messages here. We have 3 piles. You're a little wonky, aren't you? Pile number 1 is the number 777. It says alignment. You have a clear quartz heart. Pile 2 is the number 143. It says preparation. You have, oh my gosh, what is this? Aventurine, green aventurine. And pile 3, your number is 999, and it says release, and you have the Celestine or Celestite, Celestine, however you want to pronounce it, heart. And if you guys would like to use your zodiacs to pick, let's get into that. All right. We're going to go backwards. Pile 3, we have Leo, Virgo, Taurus, and Aquarius, if I can actually pick it up. And pile 2, we have Scorpio, Cancer, Gemini, and Pisces. And last but not least, pile 1, Capricorn, Aries, Sagittarius, and Libra. So go ahead and pause if you need to take some time. Grab that intuition of yours. Timestamps are down in the description, and I will see you guys at your piles. Alrighty, pile 1, if you chose with your stone, you have the clear quartz heart, which will go over here. If you chose with your zodiacs, it's Sagittarius, Aries, Capricorn, and Libra. And if you chose with the card or the number, it is number 777 and alignment. So we have some oracle cards, and we'll also be getting out a tarot deck. We'll be using Tarot of Mystical Moments. Do we have an order? Do we want to use... We're just going to go through. We might switch things up. All right, the Sun. Straight across, okay. Ethereal Touch. Embody Grace. Create Stillness. This is interesting, okay. And Life Purpose. Ooh. Ooh. There should be room. I'll just line these up on this one, make it look nice. Okay, let's go ahead and get out your tarot. If you guys watch me at all, you'll know that I never really have a plan. It's all into, ooh, that came out. Both of those. It's all intuition. It's, you know, sometimes, so each pile might be a little different. I do want this one for here and this one for here. Okay. Page of Pentacles, the High Priestess, of course, with that one. 7 of Wands, the Chariot, and Ace of Wands. Okay, let me grab numbers for you in case you were into that. We have 53, 27, 44, 30, 17, 2, 7, 7. You got a lot of sevens. And then Ace, if you want to count that as a 1. All right, let me go ahead and read this card to you, and there's no little bits on any of these for you to have. Okay. All right, so 777 alignment. Your progress is recognized and alignment is here. It is within your reach. The whisper is reminding you to stay the course and feel source working through you. Your gifts are being recognized. There is an affirmation if you choose to use it. It says, I blossom and bloom as I use my gifts. All things simply align as I feel the feeling of the divine. This is fascinating to me. We've got the sun here, which oftentimes can be representative of source. And then we have ethereal touch, which is all about feeling the divine through you, knowing that, like this said, your gifts are being used. And then we have the high priestess down here, which is all about like awareness and spiritual knowledge. So that's pretty fascinating. General reading. So I'm trying to be open yet not vague. Not the easiest thing to do here. Page of Pentacles with where it's located. I'm really feeling like opportunities, or what's another way to say that? What you've been putting yourself into is going to shine. This is what I'm receiving. Yeah, like the sun. What you touch is divine. You are showing divinity in what you touch and what you go towards, which we are now looping over to the life purpose here in Ace of Wands, which is, Ace of Wands can be about passion. And I really feel that your passion is your life purpose. And maybe you haven't been looking at it like that. Maybe you've just thought it's also about creativity. So it could be that you're just a creative person and that's all it's been for you. You're just a creative person. You do things. You make things, right? But there's something in this creativity within your passion that is your life purpose. There is a lot here on these four that is about strength of character. We've got Seven of Wands, which it's not always, sometimes it's looked at as like, oh my gosh, apparently my brain is not grabbing words today. Not defiance, maybe defiance, but like resistance and just things that are kind of negative, but it also can be about strength of character. And he's pulling the bars, like he's showing I'm strong, I can get through this, which is the same with this embodied grace card. This amazing creature is holding up all the stuff with the antlers, right? Is that, there we go. And then you've got the Chariot, which to me is very similar. It's this person that is, she's out on her own. She's got the mental clarity. She's strong and determined and moving forward, even if it's not at the fastest pace, as is shown by the fact that she's riding a snail. She has left what is familiar behind. That's the castle in the background. And she's going forward. Now, create stillness being over this card is speaking to me of not worrying so much about your path. Also of acceptance. They are really wanting me to say, you are the high priestess. For some reason, it's so important for you to feel or to be humble, right? Being humble is good. Sure, I'm that way. But at the same time, it doesn't allow for you to possess your own power. For you to be the Seven of Wands pulling your own bars apart. Being humble is oftentimes pushing off, like, oh, no, no, soft and meek, right? We're not powerful, we're soft and meek. Now, mind you, power can be soft, very much. But it doesn't mean just because you're humble that you're not powerful. So find a way to integrate that, to bring it all together. Definitely take a different look at your passion. What is it that brings passion out of you? What is it that sparks something in you, right? Because you might be like me. You might have a ton of different outlets for your creativity. And not all of them are going to be your life purpose. So find that passion. Is there anything else? I am now receiving that you are already in alignment. You are already in alignment. If that's something that's been on your mind, you don't need to worry about that. We go through different stages in life, right? And just because we might be in a down part of the wave doesn't mean we're out of alignment. It just means we're experiencing this part of it now. And then soon we'll come back up to the upper parts of the wave. Is there anything else you want to point out, please? You have a total of 4 sevens located here and 3 sevens here, which is in itself 7. You have 7 sevens. I don't know numerology, guys, but they're giving me things to point out to you, just in case you didn't notice. I am still being brought over to the Sun card constantly. There's something more to this. Okay, and now my throat chakra is being bothered, which usually means it's in regards to something that's difficult for you to communicate about. It could be your own power. We could be coming back to that again, but I do feel I am going to grab the guidebook just in case there's something in there that you guys need. So give me a sec. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read this to you because, yeah, it just feels right. It feels right for the moment. So the invitation in regards to the sun. Have you been hibernating? Have you been introspective? It is time to come out of your cave and savor the life-giving light of our star. The sun rekindles your passion and your creative energy. Life is calling you to shine your light and to add your lightness and humor to the seriousness around you. Get out and play. So really that's calling again to one, you are the high priestess. Two, your passion is your life purpose. It is okay to show your strength. It doesn't mean you're flaunting yourself all over the place. It's okay to be strong and to know it. And believe me, I'm telling myself this right now. Like, this is I need my own medicine here. Anything else, please? I'm going to offer a specific opportunity now for angels. Any specific angels that want to come through and brighten our day here. Well, that was interesting. I am not receiving any words. There's no vocal coming through, or even concepts coming through to the brain. But I felt tingles in my hands. I felt almost like they wanted to take over and start doing sign language, but which I didn't allow apparently. Um, but also just the sign of like, I love you was very much wanting to happen. That could be representative of your throat chakra once again. Um, what is it you're holding back? What is it you're not allowing yourself to be free with? I am being reminded now of emotion, that when emotion comes in, oftentimes we as humans struggle to not speak out within strong emotion. And that can be hard, right? So like, yeah, you do. You want to be considerate of who you're talking to. You want to be able to convey the emotion, get it out, but at the same time not destroy the relationship you're in. So I think that there's got to be like, if you are the kind of person that's like needing to get that emotion out, like it's just the struggle for you, get it out first. Go hit a freaking pillow. Go, go scream into the pillow. Go do whatever you need to do. Like just get in your closet and like clench all your muscles and then release and breathe. And then see if you can talk about it without having the the grr that wants to come out. But yeah, so let me just wrap this up then. We have amazing character, amazing character. Determined, strong, you know where you're going, you're heading, you're out on your own, you've got this, you're good. You are the high priestess. You have this amazing touch. You don't even know how far your touch is going. Like you don't get to see it, which is part of your humility, right? Your humble nature. But mostly just they're just saying, even with all of this, just pay attention more. They're wanting this to be the thing. To your life purpose, being about your passion, being about your creativity. Doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be your income. It could not, but it's your purpose. So dig more into what is bringing that passion alive for you. Okay. That is it, guys. I truly hope this has been a benefit for you. I hope and pray for you guys that regularly you feel seen and heard and loved and cherished and understood and all those amazing things. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Okie dokie, pile 2 with your green aventurine. Put her right here. If you chose with your zodiac, we have Gemini, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. And if you chose with the card, it's number 143, and preparation is what it says. We've got some oracle cards, and then I'll also be getting out a tarot deck. The tarot deck is Tarot of Mystical Moments. And let's get into it. The Seer. 3 to 1. Begin anew. Garden the heart. And heart compass. Okay. Let me just adjust this a sec. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and get out your tarot. Whoop, this one definitely. Where do you want to go? Okay. There we go. Now we know. I'm going to go ahead and push these up just a bit. And give a little bit more space. Okay, we've got 4 of Cups. 10 of Swords. 8 of Cups. 9 of Cups. And Page of Cups. Okay. All right. We're all about them cups. Let me give you numbers just in case you're into that and something here is important to you. So obviously 1, 4, 3, 45, 10, 21, 9, 13, 9, 8, 10, 4. Okay, you could also say the 3 to 1 if you want. Sorry, just grabbing a sip of my coffee here while I settle into the energy. Also seems my voice has been getting a little funny, so sorry for that. All right, let me read this to you just in case. I may or may not use it, but just in case it's something for you. So preparation. Life is filled with phases. The whisper is telling you to prepare for the unexpected and allow change to pass through with a sense of peace. Financial and creative changes are upon you. Interesting. Okay. My dreams, and it has an affirmation. My dreams and desires are coming to fruition, bringing change that I welcome with open heart and mind. This is fascinating to me. It goes so much with what the cards are saying. So, ooh. I will come back to this part. I wanted to lead with it, but now I'm feeling called to come back to that later. We'll start here. There has been, so this card, it can talk about a child coming into your life, and it can mean physically. It can represent giving birth, it can represent adoption, but it can also represent something that you are birthing, that it's the symbology of creating something. But there has been, in regards to this, there has been, it feels like defeat. It feels like hitting rock bottom. It feels like it's just not going your way. It's, and now we're jumping. Now we're jumping to the Seer and the 4 of Cups. I would say that normally you pride yourself on being observant, on witnessing things, on grabbing all the information, having intellect. But there's just been something you're missing. It's like you're in this, it's darker under the umbrella. than out of it, right? It's like you could just get up and go, but there's this cast upon you. And I mean, it could represent depression and, hitting rock bottom and depression. Um, and the same with the Eight of Cups. But then, so we're kind of in this weird twirly mess here. But then we come up to begin anew, change with this butterfly. Change is coming. And I will say that next to this card as well, this card it's talking about something coming. It's something new in your life, something you've been either working on, desiring, your own creation. It could be a new life. But something is beginning anew. It's changing. And we come over to garden your heart, which you drop down to Nine of Cups. And this is like abundance. This is like happy, happy, joy, joy. So something that's changed is taking care of your heart. It's considering your heart. And this brings you this joy. And I feel like this on the end here it's not so much like it has to be on the end. It's just in mix with these guys here. It's this contentment. And because you listened to your heart, you paid attention to your heart, you went with your heart instead of your intellect. Because over here is the intellect side, and it's not getting you anywhere. I'm sorry. You've been striving and striving, and it's just not, there's only so much you can do. That the heart is the heart, and we have to listen. We have to. I want to read this to you again. Life is filled with phases. The whisper is telling you to prepare for the unexpected, and allow change to pass through with a sense of peace. Financial and creative changes are upon you. So something new is coming in. But you got to go with your heart. I do feel the need to say specifically that Page of Cups has to do with intuition and creativity. And so that could be part of what you're needing to listen to with your heart. I am now being called over to this card, and I've got a twofold for it. So this one message is that you don't need to listen to all the other people pointing at you and talking to you and giving you advice, and listen to your heart. And the other part was that part of your being down in the dumps here is because of how you're treating yourself, because of your own down talking. I am. I'm feeling this stuckness over here. It's just stuck. Can I receive, please? Can you offer up anything on how this change is going to happen? I mean, I know you said it's unexpected, but like, can we, is it something that they're going to end up doing, and a new mindset, a new heart set? Or is it just something that comes? Okay. First of all, general reading. So what I'm receiving is that it's both. For some of you, it's going to be your own just sudden like change of heart, change of mind. It just happens naturally. And for some of you, there's literally nothing you can do. It's coming in from an outside source. This change that will be happening in your life. Either way, for the whole pile, y'all, just, I feel like you can be grateful. Like you've been stuck, you're stuck, and you're coming into contentment and joy and abundance and this heart that is blooming wildly. Look at all these things coming out of it. Like it's blooming like crazy. Oh, my cat just jumped up. Well, you can barely see him walk by. I do also think it's interesting because green aventurine can be considered one of the like the heart chakra stone, because the color and all that, and we also it's the shape of a heart. So you've got a lot like battling head and heart issue going on. I am hearing to pull another card. Are we pulling it? Yeah? Okay. Two more shuffles. Okay. And then we're just going to do this. We have the King of Pentacles. Interesting. Pentacles representing, you know, the earthly stuff, physical things, finances. I mean, this did say financial and creative changes are upon you. So perhaps you are coming into something financially. I mean, even physically, like, again, it could be. I hope for you guys. Like, I mean, I don't know if you're hoping for this, but I hope for you guys for the celebration of something amazing and wonderful coming into your life. I am seeing, for some reason, I know these are not, but what I'm seeing oracally is daffodils. And daffodils represent, like, they're like the beginning of spring. They're the first flower you see. So it's like newness and growth. Something else you want to show about this? There's just a lot of change. Sorry, I just heard cha-ching. Change, coin, change, you know, pentacles. Yeah, there's, I don't want to say an upheaval is coming, but something is coming in your life that is going to dramatically shift things for you. And again, I can't give you a timeline. I mean, you could even, if you want to, you could grab onto springtime because that's, you know, the daffodil thing. But I don't like doing that because too much can change date-wise. So who knows? But yeah, there's a shift. There's a shift happening for you guys. I am hearing now to read the seer card. So, okay, hold on. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and read part of this to you guys because I think that it works for you. The seer invites you to trust your intuition and follow it as it leads you forward. You may feel lost when it appears that your hunch is taking you in circles or even through a maze, but the hidden realms don't follow the rules of a two-dimensional map. Trust your gut and allow your perception of your circumstances to widen, to include the nuances and subtle cues that you normally miss if you take things at face value. The seer has gifted you with his magic. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Your vision is clear. And what really comes up for me when I read that is when we are in our head space, we are not as connected to the heart space. We are, honestly, we're more troubled because the brain likes to hold on to all of that, like everything, every little thing, and overthinking it and analyzing it all. And it doesn't do us any good. It really doesn't. We think it does. Like we think, oh, I just have to think through everything and then I'll get there. No, all you do is you just keep on thinking and then you're in this like swirl of your mind and stop. Take a moment and go back to your intuition. Go back to what your gut says. Go back to being in your heart space. I don't care what your beliefs are, honestly. I myself am like in a little weird space with beliefs. It's those are going to change. They're going to be all over the place. But what we can do, what we can focus on is where your heart is, right? You can always drop down into that heart space and feel with that what direction you should go in. That's going to lead you to this King of Pentacles state. That's going to lead you to this blooming heart. You've been sad. You've been rock bottom. You've been not seeing clearly because you're overanalyzing. But change is coming. Beautiful, beautiful change is coming. Any last bit? Also, if any particular angelic beings want to say anything? Here's a message coming through, which is very interesting. They said, give in to the temptation. Now, what I got from that is that, because I really want you guys to have full understanding, because, you know, this is, again, general reading. This is not meant for everybody. It is not a temptation that is bad for you, is what you need to pay attention to. So if you're tempted to go do a bunch of drugs, that's not necessarily good for you, right? That's not what they're talking about. There is something that you have been holding back on, being, no, I'm not going to be tempted. I'm not going to be tempted. That they're saying is not necessarily bad. It's okay. It might even be that it has something to do with your heart space. Yeah, woo, there that went. Yep, there it is. There is something that is tempting you in regards to your heart. Give in. Give in. I don't know who I'm feeling right now, but I'm feeling that, guys. Like, I'm getting teary-eyed. It's okay. It is okay. You will be okay. This is leading you to positivity. This is leading you to a beautiful place. Okay. Okay, we're going to stop there. Guys, so much love for you. I hope this has been a benefit, and I truly hope that regularly you feel seen, loved, heard, honored, cherished, respected, understood, all those amazing things. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Alrighty, pile 3 with your Celestine, however you want to say it, heart. There you go. If you chose with your zodiac, we have Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. And your card 999 with release. We've got some oracle cards, and also I will be getting out a deck of Can you hear me like dwindling? A deck of tarot cards. All right, we've got the Blade. Towering Magnificence. Hooah. Bubble Up. Okay, all right. Reclaim Innocence and Trust. Let's go ahead and grab your tarot cards. I'm feeling this one. Nope, that wants to be here. Middle. Okay. We have Ace of Swords. Interesting. Huh. King of Pentacles, of course. King of Swords, hello. Queen of Wands, what's happening? And the Fool. Huh. Okay. Alrighty. So, numbers, if you are wanting those, in case they're important to you, obviously 999, 6, 30, 23, 33, and 33. Interesting. We have a 0, and if you want to count the ace as a 1. Let me go ahead and read this to you because I want you to have all the information possible. I may or may not use this part, but it might have meaning to you. So, for release, endings are new beginnings in disguise. An ending symbolizes the closure of one door and the opening of another. The whisper is reminding you to release and allow. It is in the release where the magic happens. And if you like, there's an affirmation. Doors open for me where others have closed, bringing transformation to my mind, my body, and my soul. Okay. The first thing that I got with the Blade, which I haven't actually read up on this on the guidebook, but when I think of a blade, I think cutting through. I think decisive. And also I'm seeing, oracly speaking, I'm seeing like the power of the sun behind it. So I'm getting masculine energy and also just powerful. Powerful within your choosing, your decisions, your... Okay, that also needs to be said. For some reason, responsibility is coming up. It's like taking pride in being an adult, right? That's kind of, that's the feeling I'm getting here. Initially speaking, I am feeling this at the top of your game. You've got things worked out. And then it's like, because you're here, it's a good time to dive into trust and inner child. Now I said this says reclaim innocence, but I'm getting inner child. Diving in. And I say diving in because we've got the Fool here, this like, just go for it, right? Just jump in. Doesn't matter if the water is hot or cold, jump in, experience, have that. Yeah, and even with this trust card, this being is holding their heart chakra, their center there, and it's lit up. I do want to touch on, I kind of want to touch on what these group together, each thing means, just to kind of make sure that there's clarity here. Which we already covered this, like the blade. I did actually go and read the guidebook just to double check and make sure and everything I said was actually spot on. So woohoo! Clarity, but also within having the power and the divinity of this, the clarity of mind, the decisiveness, there's power behind it, there's source behind it. And then also Ace of Swords represents clarity. So you're very concise. You are clear. You can make your decisions, and like I don't feel like you're struggling with this. I feel like this is saying this is who you are. Then we come to Towering Magnificence and the King of Pentacles. And what I grab from this is Towering Magnificence is like, I don't know what kind of experiences you guys have had, but when you experience the divine and you're like, holy moly, that's a thing, right? Like it's unwavering power, yet beauty, and yet gentleness, and yet everything, right? And so it's kind of terrifying and also terrifyingly beautiful. And with the King of Pentacles here, I am kind of getting this. You've come to realize that all of your earthly possessions don't really have as much meaning anymore compared to this divinity that's out there, right? Like it could be, if you've always been a spiritual person, it could just be that you are currently in a time where things are not satisfying anymore. You know, you're just not getting much out of it. You don't want to just sit back and watch TV. You don't want to do your normal things. You're needing something that reaches your soul. And then we've got, excuse me, Bubble Up and the King of Swords. And with the King of Swords, I immediately think of, like, again, mental clarity and being on top of your game, being able to make decisions. But Bubble Up it's about remembering to bring in divinity, remembering to bring in source with you at all times. So perhaps this is what you've been needing. Like this is us telling you you're needing something, right? And then you tend to be more intellect focused, I think, or at times anyways. And this is saying, bring it in. Make it your world. Make the spiritual your world. It doesn't have to be, because obviously you're wanting something. You're wanting something more. You need something that will satisfy your soul. And this will do it. This will definitely do it. And then we have Reclaim Innocence and the Queen of Wands. And I do kind of feel like this is a how-to. Queen of Wands, just passionate, creativity. A lot of strength in that. And Reclaim Innocence. So again, this to me is like inner child. So have some fun with that inner child of yours. What could you do? What did you do as a kid that you loved doing? Would that feed your soul? Do you want to go out and make some mud and leaf soup just for the heck of it as an adult and laugh at yourself the entire time you're doing it, right? What will feed your soul? What about reclaiming your innocence will feed your soul? And then this trust and the Fool card to me is just, they're just shouting out to you, like, not shouting, but like giving you a suggestion, an oomph of trust as if you're like a newborn. Just dive in, fall backwards, and know you're going to be caught. Because the intellect doesn't tell you that. The intellect tells you the opposite. You're not going to be caught. You gotta make sure you're okay. You know, they're asking you, in order to have this life that feeds your soul, trust like they're going to catch you. Take a leap. Dive off. Enjoy the ride. Is there anything else, please, that you want to bring out? They are recalling the Celestine, whatever. They're bringing to mind the this stone symbolizes or represents or metaphysical properties, whatever you want to call it, communication with divine. So there's a reason you chose that. I think the key part of this card here is reminding you to release and allow. When you do that, the magic comes back. When you stop fighting with it, there's a little bit of pile 2 here, guys. Pile 2 had a little bit of this going on as well with the fight of the head and the heart. When you are so based in your head, intellectual, you don't often trust as much. And it becomes a bit more rigid, and the energy doesn't flow when we're rigid. So if you can open up, bubble up, let in source, God, universe, magic, spirit, whatever you want to call it, whatever your belief is, and trust, it's going to, oh, and that's, now we get the other card. Okay. So I do feel that I'm supposed to take this card oracally and not according to what it actually means. Because this can represent burdens. But the thing is, trusting is not going to bring you burden. It's not. It's going to allow you to fully bloom. There are so many blooms. She has got, oh, hi Loki. I guess you didn't get to see him, but he jumped up here. She's got blooms up the yin yang, like all kinds. And I do not see this as a burden. Blooms are light. Flowers are not super, super heavy. This is not a hard thing to carry. This is actually joyous. And it's almost like a game. Let me see what's the biggest flower I can find. Which one is the biggest one I can pick? I'm also seeing clothing. You might be at a place in life where you're not excited for clothing anymore, which is okay. I'm there with you. But like, if you're gonna reclaim your innocence, if you're going to invite that into all areas of your life, what about your clothing? What about how you get dressed? What do you want to wear that's sparks joy, if you want to use that phrase? You know, is that Marie Kondo? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah. I mean, and she's wearing a flower dress and it goes with what she's doing and it's fun and got all kinds of tulips happening. What looks like might be peonies and also roses and maybe asters or daisies of some kind or magnolias maybe. What I'm getting from this is open up to an entire world of magic. And if the word magic bothers you, which it probably doesn't because you're sitting here listening to a tarot reading, open up to a world of God's gifts to you. If you trust and relax in it and you say, what can I gain from this? And you allow spirit to be with you in this bubble up, right? In this grabbing spirit into all parts of your world. I just got a little bit of a suggestion. I'm sure some of you already do this, but some of you might not. Do you talk? Do you talk to spirit? Like, have a conversation? It can be out loud, it can be in your head. That's a way of bringing this in. Like, just as you're cooking and making food, or as you are going about like regular activities, that's a way of bringing this world in. Yep. Is there anything else that you would like to, I'm going to put this over here just so I can see everything. Like to bring in, like to call notice to. There's my cat's tail. Don't be afraid to feel the magic in your life. When we are so very mental, that's got a lot of different connotations, doesn't it? When we are so very in our headspace, maybe overanalyzing, overthinking, it can be rigid, guys, and that doesn't let the flow happen. So find ways to let the flow in. Find ways to just relax and trust. And talk more with spirit. Yep. Okay, guys, that is it. I have not been receiving every at the end of each of the other piles. I did a little like any angels want to come through and nothing has been happening. I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Can't promise anything. Would any angelic beings like to have a say, please? Anything you want to offer up? What I'm hearing is hope and trust are gifts that you have yet to claim. We see your struggle. And years down the road, you're going to look back and see how simple it really is and how much you were struggling and how silly that struggle is, even though it doesn't feel like it now. Hope and trust are gifts. Okay. All right, guys, that is it now. I truly hope that this has been a blessing for you. I hope that regularly you feel seen, heard, loved, cherished, understood, all those amazing things. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.